on this episode of Inside the Epicenter.
My study of prophecy is that mostly what I focus on when I teach it is actual written, canonical, scriptural Bible prophecy. Because that's 27% of the Bible, and most people aren't even teaching that, so somebody ought to. Okay, so I'm happy to do it. But the Bible does say there is the gift of prophecy, and I think what I found, I've seen it happen, okay? And I've seen people foretell something, and you're like, that's kind of crazy. That doesn't just sound right. But then it happens. Maybe it happens years later. Maybe it happens decades later. But maybe it happens 10 minutes later. It's very interesting. So I can't rule it out, and I don't. But I think it's very dangerous, and I think that it would have been a lot easier if God had just said, that's not a thing anymore. Don't go there. Yeah. Because when you're talking about a prophecy that you can read in the Bible, that's a real prophecy. You can study it. You can argue it over it. You can try to understand it and explain it and try to live under the principles that God has given us. But when somebody's telling you that you're going to go do this or this is going to happen to you, then that's harder. And it also opens a door for someone to tell you something that's either purposely crazy and wrong, or they mean well, but they're just, they've had a bad falafel. They had a dream and it was weird, and they tell it to you as though it's a prophecy, but it's not.
To hear this full episode of Inside the Epicenter with Joel C. Rosenberg, look us up on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.